Do you think that the world even like slightly knows Zayn yet?
If they don't know everything yet, that's okay, but hopefully they get to know me a bit better in this interview.
Zayn is opening up like never before. The 30-year-old singer is the latest guest on Alex Cooper's Spotify podcast Call Her Daddy, and he is getting candid about his personal life, including fatherhood. In the teaser for the episode, the former One Direction member explains why he has been out of the spotlight for 6 years.
I feel like we were so overexposed in the band that that's why I've took the time I have to not even necessarily do interviews, and they just said, oh yeah, you can be the mysterious one. I wasn't necessarily my personality. I'm just chill. I know that a lot of people have high energy personalities and it's just not the way I am.
He also touches on being a dad, crediting his 2-year-old daughter Khai for motivating him to do things that are out of his comfort zone.
Since I've had my daughter, the main thing in my mind is trying to be a good example to her. That's why I'm even doing this interview, I used to get a lot of anxiety around having a conversation like this, and I want her to be able to look at me and be like, yo, my dad's doing this.
Zayn also reveals the dad quality he has proudly taken on since welcoming his little girl in September 2020.
Keep being told I'm telling dad jokes, and I'm leaning into it. I'm just like, it's okay, it's cool. People just look at me like I'm a weirdo, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a dad now, I'm allowed to tell these jokes, so you have to give me a pass. I feel like we get to a certain point in adult life where everything's kind of vague and grey and boring, and she's brought that colour back for me, for sure.
Zayn's Call Her Daddy episode will drop on July 12th, days after he announced he is releasing his new single Love Like This later this month. The new track will mark his first solo release since 2021. Leading up to the announcement, the Pillow Talk singer had been dropping teaser videos on Instagram showing snippets of the song. And Zayn wasn't the only one teasing new projects. Back in June, Alex teased her Zayn interview while chatting with Access Hollywood at the Spotify Cannes event.
Oh, I'm about to get an exclusive. This, in the end of this week, it may have been someone that was at one point in a boy band, and they're coming on to give me the exclusive, and we're filming it in my hometown.
So speaking of some of your big names, obviously we loved the Gwyneth interview. How did you get her to open up, especially with the Ben versus Brad?
First of all, I have to give a shout out to Apple, because Apple showed up with her mom and is a huge fan of Call Her Daddy. So I think by Apple being a fan, she literally looked at her mom and was like, Mom, this is my show. This is the show that my friends and I listen to. You better not screw this up. So I think it actually allowed Gwyneth to be like, all right, I got to show up for my daughter here, and I got to get it going on Call Her Daddy. And then on top of that, I think I just always have a natural way to just we connect in the moment, and it makes people feel excited to open up, and I appreciate that.
You constantly have huge names on the podcast. I could go list them all. How do you get such great names to come on? Do you call them? Are they your friends? Tell us a little bit about that.
A lot of times it's randomly DMing someone and just being like, hey, and I will slide in the DMs. And then sometimes it's a friend of a friend if I'm asking my agent or my publicist, hey, can you reach out to this person? And then a lot of times, which I'm so happy about, a lot of people are reaching out to me now for the show. I think they're seeing the caliber of these interviews, and people are wanting to come to give their exclusive on Call Her Daddy, which I'm like, I couldn't be happier.